Inside Out versus Inside Out 2. Warning slight spoilers. Round 1 main plot. In the first one, it's of course about a girl named Riley moving to a new house and her emotions trying to help her through it. But things get complicated when joy and sadness are aesthetically separated from the group. This is a good plot. And in the sequel, since Riley's now a teenager, the group has some unexpected visitors, who of course go rogue on them and they have to go back to save Riley. This is a good plot as well, though I would probably say the first one's a bit better. So the winner for this round's the first one. Round 2 characters. In the first one you of course got the main human character, Riley. She's a nice preteen character. You got her old childhood, mostly cotton candy, elephant, part dolphin, imaginary friend, Bing Bong, whose of course sacrifice made most people cry. You got Riley's most chubby emotion, Thea, who in the first film was my favourite character. You got the Scots, who would save you from being poisoned by broccoli. She's a nice at times dramatic character. You got the fiery hothead Anger. You sure would want to make him angry. Still, he's a nice character. You got Sadness. She's a nice character. Took Joy a while to realise she's just as important to Riley as the other emotions are. Speaking of which, finally you got Joy, who acted as the leader of the group and the only real positive one. She's a nice character. So yeah, quite a few nice characters in the first film. In the sequel you got a now teenage Riley. She's still a nice character. You of course still got the original emotions. Joy still makes mistakes, but she treats Sadness better in this than she did in the first film. Also, it's nice that Anger was the one to support Joy when she was down. So yeah, they're still a nice group. You got a new human character, Valentina. She was a nice character. You got Riley's old childhood cartoon character, Bluffy and Pouchy, who reminded me of my old childhood shows like Dora the Explorer and Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Sissy breaks the fourth wall by asking the audience questions. Also to summon as Pouchy says, "Oh Pouchy!" Sound familiar? So yeah, they're nice characters. You got new emotions like Envy, who was interested in being popular and impressing Anxiety. She's a nice cute character, and seemed to be Anxiety's second in command. You got Ennui, which is dreadful boredom. She's a nice character, you just wouldn't want to take her phone away from her. You got the big shy guy Embarrassment. He was a nice character who was willing to secretly go against Anxiety to help Sadness. And finally, speaking of which, you got Anxiety, who was my favourite character in the sequel, though you want to keep her under control. So yeah, these were quite nice characters. Before I get to the winner, there was one more emotion to mention, Nostalgia. Though she only had 2 brief scenes, it's not her time yet. So the winner for this round's the sequel. Round 3 Message. In the first film, it kind of teaches kids how to cope with moving to a new house and things changing. Also how to helpfully handle all your emotions, whether they're good or bad, which is a nice message. And in the sequel, the message is also about change. Also, with Wiley growing up, it's a message for teenagers as well, and like in the first film, how to handle all your emotions. This is a nice message as well. And even though Wiley's dealing with different things in both films, kind of similar as well, with both change and dealing with emotions. So for this round, the winner's a tie, because it really chooses both messages are nice. Round 4, emotion. No, of course, I don't mean the emotions, I already covered them. So of course, as the public knows, the Inside Out films are emotional. Don't judge me, I did acquire them, but they're still sad scenes. Like of course, Bing Bong's sacrifice, and Riley saying she was to go home. Like I said, I did a cry, but they're still sad scenes. And in the sequel, you got Joy's breakdowns. And anyone who's seen the film, a scene during the climax we all know. That was a bit hard to watch, was dumb. Like the first film, I did a cry, but there was still some sad bits. But for me, and maybe some other people, not as emotional as the first film. So the winner for this round's the first film. And that makes it the overall winner. The end. Hope you enjoyed.